Oh my God, guys. We have a shot. This has probably been the most exciting college football week uh, as a whole in a long, long time. If you count out the LSU game that we had, man, it's ridiculous. It's just I love college football. That's all I can say. But this is my recap video, week 12. So let me get into it. But you all know the big games that just happened. LSU. Kansas State got absolutely swacked by Baylor, and then Stanford comes back and beats Oregon in overtime, and Alabama's gonna be number 2. So, man, crazy, crazy finish. But the game's still going on right now. Arizona is beating Utah 17-14 in the third quarter. BYU is losing to San Jose State 20-7 in the second quarter, and Oregon State is handling their own against Cal 28-7 in the second quarter. Florida State beat Maryland 41-14. This was expected. A great Florida State defense against the Maryland team with a linebacker playing quarterback. I mean, there's nothing else to say. You're expected to win this game, and Florida State wins 41-14. Northwestern holds off to beat Michigan State 23-20. This game was 6-5 at halftime. It's just a Big Ten style game. They held off Michigan State, and they get the win, and they're now 8-3 in overall, and Michigan State falls to 5-6 overall. So, and Michigan comes out and has a big second quarter and beats Iowa 42-17. This game was close early on, and then Michigan's pulled away. Denard Robinson was hurt; he couldn't throw the ball, so he's playing wide receiver, taking some direct snaps at quarterback, playing running back. He actually started the game at running back, but Devin Gardner's been playing really good football, so he's been making that team better than it really was with Denard Robinson at quarterback. But I mean, I think they're a better team with both players on the field at the same time. But Michigan wins this game 42-17. It's Iowa's worst year in a long, long time. They've just fallen, and they're just playing not great football under Kirk Ferentz. But Michigan's now 8-3 and 6-1 in Big Ten play. Kent State is 10-1 and overall. That's kind of crazy. They beat Bowling Green 31-24. That's surprising. Tulsa beat UCF 23-21. Two really good teams in the Conference USA. Penn State beats Indiana 45-22. Matt McGloin, big game. Penn State lost their best linebacker. He got hurt, but I thought Indiana was going to give him a good fight, and they did in the first half. It was not that big of a blowout, but Penn State comes out in the second half and smashes them in the mouth. And Indiana's not making a bowl game this year. And Penn State improves to 7-4. I think they've done a lot better than anybody else expected Penn State to do. Temple beats Army 63-32. Big thing in this game. Montel Harris, start running back for Temple, got 7 touchdowns in this game. 351 yards. That was ridiculous, but they win 63-32. Rutgers holds off to beat Cincinnati 10-3. And they're still 5-0 in Big East play. And the winner of the Rutgers-Louisville game coming up Thursday will win the Big East and go to the Orange Bowl. So that's a big game. If both teams were undefeated, this would be, this is where you'd have, if both teams were undefeated, you would have the winner of that game with the argument to go to the national championship. That's just how it is. And it's just sad that well, not sad because, but there's their opportunity. They have a perfect opportunity to do that, but they both lost to bad schools. But Rutgers wins, and they're now 9-1, undefeated in Big East play. Alabama destroys Western Carolina 49-0. This was expected. Go watch my recap video if you haven't already. Mississippi State beats Arkansas 45-14. Tyler Wilson was playing a really good game in the first half, and then Mississippi State comes out in the second half and smashes them in the mouth. Outscores them 28-0 in the second half. Tyler Russell, big game, 4 touchdown passes in this game, and Arkansas is not making a bowl game this year, and Mississippi State's now 8-3, and in their next game in the Egg Bowl against Ole Miss, this will be a big game because Mississippi State will be 9-3, the first time with 9 wins in a long, long time, and if Ole Miss wins, they'll go to a bowl game. If they don't win, they won't go to a bowl game, so it'll be a really big rivalry game coming up next Saturday. Virginia Tech comes back to beat Boston College 30-27 in overtime. This keeps Virginia Tech's bowl hopes alive. Boston College falls to 2-9. Boston College pretty much controlled this game, but Virginia Tech comes back to tie, and they go into overtime and win. So, congrats to Virginia Tech. Florida struggles with Jacksonville State, but wins 23-0. Kind of ugly win. Same with South Carolina. They beat Wofford 24-7. Had to score 17 points in the fourth quarter. That's ridiculous. But Washington beats Colorado 38-3 as expected. Colorado's 1-10, and Washington improves to 7-4. Keith Price with 5 touchdown passes just destroy that Colorado secondary. Auburn gets their third win in the season, beats Alabama A&M 51-7. Yeah. Arizona State beats Washington State 46-7. I know Washington State fans was hoping for a better year, but with the talent they have at Washington State, you couldn't really expect anybody to come in there and coach up a team better than Mike Leach has. But Arizona State's now bowl eligible, so congrats to them. Miami beats South Florida 40-9, and Stephen Morris threw for 413 yards, and this is probably Skip Holtz. He has probably one more game. Wait, 2 more games as a head coach, because this game probably is what got him fired. I've heard some rumblings on Twitter and on message boards that Skip Holtz is probably gone at South Florida. USC loses to UCLA 38-28. They just couldn't get anything going early on, and UCLA just came out to a 24-0 lead. USC come roaring back, but it wasn't enough. They had way too many turnovers. Defense played poorly. Big game of Brett Hundley and Jonathan Franklin, and they win the Pac-12 South title. So congrats to UCLA, and USC now 7-4, and their season's pretty much riding on this game against Notre Dame. Georgia Tech beats Duke 42-24, and Georgia Tech's probably gonna make the ACC title game, and that's gonna be crazy because they're gonna be 6-6. So if somehow they win against Florida State, that means a 6-6 team will. Well, I guess they'll be 7-6 at the time. They'll be going to a BCS bowl, and that's ridiculous. But kind of feel bad for Duke because they could have controlled their destiny if they had won this game and gone to the ACC title game. But oh well, Duke has 6 wins, and that's pretty much a successful season for them. Notre Dame shuts out Wake Forest 38-0. I was wanting Wake Forest to win this game, but I mean everything happened for us, Alabama, in the end, so it's whatever. But Wake Forest, one of the worst offenses in football. Just Notre Dame controlled the ball all game, and there's no chance for Wake Forest. LSU beats Ole Miss 41-35. Ole Miss was controlling the game big time. In the fourth quarter, LSU has to score 21 points to come back and win. They were down by a touchdown, then a big punt return by Odell Beckham Jr. Set up a tie, and they just came back and won. Ole Miss played a great game, played their butts off. I predicted in my prediction video for LSU to struggle in this game. I didn't predict Ole Miss to score 35 points, but I predicted them to struggle. And they did, but they come out with the victory and win 41-35. Nebraska handles Minnesota 38-14. They've improved to 9-2 and is going to be going to the Big Ten title game. So congrats to Nebraska. Oklahoma State's put up 59 points against Texas Tech and improved to 7-3. Definitely not a great show by Texas Tech. I wonder if Tommy Tuberville snatched anybody else's headset off. It's funny. But Clemson beats North Carolina State 62-48. I don't think Clemson wanted to give up 48 points to North Carolina State, but they have a potent offense, but Clemson was just too much at home. Taj Boyd accounted for 8 touchdowns in this game. That's a huge number. So congrats to Clemson. They're now 10-1. Ohio State beats Wisconsin 21-14 in overtime. Monty Ball, big game. He had like 39 rushes for 180 yards or something. But Braxton Miller, big game. The running back for Ohio State scored a touchdown in overtime. They pretty much had their own against Wisconsin in overtime, and then a 4th down, their quarterback didn't convert. So Ohio State's still undefeated, and they very easily could be undefeated, finishing the year 12-0 against Michigan next week. And I mean, if they didn't cheat, they would probably be going to the national championship. So that's what they get for cheating. Purdue beats Illinois 2017. I think I predicted this. So Purdue could go to a bowl game if they beat Indiana next week. Louisiana Tech, who's number 20 in the country, lost to Utah State 48-41. The little guy on Game Day predicted this, so props to him. If y'all saw that, go look it up on YouTube. I mean, Chucky Keaton's a really good quarterback. Utah State's going to share a lead for the WAC title. Utah State's only other loss in the season, or only one of the losses in the season, to Wisconsin. So they're very close to being I think they lost to Wisconsin and they lost to BYU by combined like 5 points or something. I know BYU beat them like 6-3, but they have a good offense. Chucky Keaton's a really good quarterback. He's the quarterback that about beat Auburn last year as a freshman in the first game of the season. And nothing else to say. I mean, big game, and Colby Cameron's that's two really good quarterbacks, two of the best quarterbacks in the WAC conference going at it. But Utah State comes out ahead and wins. Syracuse beats Missouri 31-17, 27. 31-27 Syracuse. Wow, I didn't even see this. That's definitely not something you want in the SEC. Still won't understand why we got Missouri in the SEC, but Syracuse scores 21 points in the fourth quarter to win this game. Now they're bowl eligible, so yep. Vanderbilt beats Tennessee 41-18. Just absolutely crushed. This is Derek Dooley's probably last game if they don't fire him. I don't know if they might not fire him for next game, but I wouldn't be surprised if I got on somewhere and looked and he was already fired, because that was just pathetic, and still winless in the SEC. Oklahoma survives a scare against West Virginia. They win 50-49. They hold off a rally by West Virginia to win. Big game of Geno Smith, Tavon Austin, Landry Jones, but Oklahoma comes out on top and now 8-2. West Virginia had a good showing in this game, but they're now 5-5, so they're still got to fight for a bowl game. So congrats to Oklahoma. Iowa State beats Kansas 51-23. That was expected. Iowa State's now 6-5. Bad year for Charlie Weiss in his first year, but he doesn't have much talent there at Kansas. They're 1-10, 0-8 in Big 12 play. Baylor just absolutely crushes. Hold on one second. Sorry. Baylor absolutely crushes Kansas State 52-24. Just big game of Nick Florence, Lachey, C. Strunk, Terrence Williams. Big game of the whole offense. The biggest surprise in this game is that Baylor's defense came to play. I mean, Kansas State has a really good offense, and Colin Klein looked not good through 3 interceptions. So it's the big game by Baylor, and they just absolutely crushed the #1 team in the country. So congrats. And last game, I guess, Stanford beats #2 Oregon 17-14 overtime. This game shouldn't have been this close, really, because Stanford had 3 turnovers and 3 fumbles, and then they had that one play that should have gone for a touchdown that Keith Hogan just underthrew like a terrible pass. But I mean, a win's a win. They go into overtime, force a 1-yard gain by Oregon in overtime. They missed the field goal, then they make the field goal. So it scared me to death, because I thought, because they got fumbled the ball and they recovered it luckily and they kicked the field goal, our season was right in the hands of that kicker. But they won, and they control their own destiny now for the Pac-12 championship game. But I guess that's it, guys. So a great weekend for an Alabama fan and Notre Dame fan. So hope you guys enjoyed, and as always, roll tide, go Sox, go Tights to you, and be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I'll see you guys later.